What if I told you there's an NBA player who's not just stopping your favorite star, like he's robbing them in broad daylight over and over and over again? No, not metaphorically. I'm talking about actual steals, the kind of filthy, disrespectful, soul-snatching strips that make even the refs go, damn. His name? Dyson Daniels. But around the league, they're calling him something else. The Great Barrier Thief. At just 21 years old, he's putting up steal numbers we haven't seen in over 15 years. We're talking historic defense, all while guarding the best player on the floor every single night. No fear, no mercy, just clamps. And here's the wildest part. He's not doing this with size or speed or even brute strength. He's doing it with pure defensive instinct. He reads plays like a psychic with a scouting report. He jumps passing lanes like he's got cheat codes. And when you finally think you've got a clean dribble, swipe. The ball is gone. And so is your momentum. So how did a kid from Australia become the NBA's most entertaining defensive menace? Also, how did the Atlanta Hawks literally steal him from the New Orleans Pelicans? Let's break it down. The numbers don't lie. This isn't just some cute stretch of games or a guy leading the league in steals for a week. Dyson Daniels is putting up defensive stats we haven't seen in over a decade. Let's talk numbers. Dyson is averaging 3.1 steals per game over the last 20 games. That's the highest steal rate in a 20-game span since Chris Paul in 2008. He leads the league in deflections, steals per 100 possessions, and is top 5 in defensive field goal percent allowed when guarding guards and wings. Oh, and here's the kicker. He's doing this while guarding the other team's best player every single night. Trae Young clamped, Luka frustrated, Shea stripped. He's not stat padding on bench warmers. He's going toe-to-toe with the elite. What makes him so good at stealing? So how is he doing this? Dyson Daniels isn't just quick. He's a mental ninja on defense. He's anticipating plays before they happen. He watches film like a coach and reacts like he's reading the other team's group chat. He's the only dude I've played who feels like he's always 1 second ahead. Anonymous Western Conference guard. He uses his 6 feet 7 inches frame and crazy 6 feet 10 inches wingspan to trap passing lanes like a spider with Wi-Fi. But it's his footwork and discipline that separate him. He doesn't bite on fakes. He doesn't chase. He just shadows you and then pounces when you slip, and it's not flashy. It's not loud, but it's deadly. The Great Barrier Thief persona. Let's talk about this nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. It started as a meme, then it hit Twitter. Now it's on t-shirts, and the name fits. Because Dyson isn't just stealing basketballs, he's stealing hope. Watch the bench after a Daniels strip. Guys go nuts. He gets momentum-changing steals that ignite fast breaks, flip games, and shut down runs. The Pelicans use him like a defensive quarterback, putting him on whoever's cooking and saying, "End that man's night." It's Tony Allen with a higher ceiling, Gary Payton, 2 with more control. Marcus Smart with Aussie chilled. He's not just fun to watch, he's entertaining on defense, which is nearly impossible to pull off. Defensive Player of the Year? Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Is Dyson Daniels actually a DPOY candidate? Short answer, yes. Long answer, he's a top 3 in steals, top 10 in defensive Raptor and EPM, guarding more all-star matchups than anyone in his tier. The Pelicans have a top 5 defensive rating when he's on the floor, and are bottom 10 when he sits. Now sure, centers get the DPOY love. Rudy, Bam, AD, Gobert. But if you're watching the games, if you care about actual on-ball impact, momentum shifts, and demoralizing possessions, Dyson is that guy. He's changing how we define elite defense in 2025. Now here's where it gets insane. Dyson Daniels is being mentioned in the same breath as guys like Draymond Green, Evan Mobley, and Bam Adebayo in this year's Defensive Player of the Year race. And he's not even a center. Let that sink in. We're used to this award being reserved for the skyscrapers, the rim protectors, the paint enforcers, the shot blocking giants. But Dyson, he's flipping that script. He's 6 feet 7 inches, plays mostly at the guard or wing, and he's putting up defensive numbers that rival big men who live in the paint. In fact, he's on pace to lead the league in steals per game and deflections, and not just by a little. By a historic margin. His on-ball pressure is so intense, opposing guards have had to change their entire playstyle to avoid him. Think about that. He's impacting game plans just with his presence. Compare that to Draymond Green, who, at his peak, anchored a championship defense with his IQ and versatility. Dyson has that same level of court awareness, but he's doing it on the perimeter, where it's all reflexes and recovery. No hiding behind size. It's all skill, hustle, and instinct. Then you have Evan Mobley, an elite help defender and rim protector. But Dyson doesn't just help. He initiates. He's picking pockets in transition, switching 1 through 4 without missing a beat, and has the best defensive rating among non-bigs this season. And here's the kicker. He's doing all this while guarding the best player on the other team every night. He's not freelancing off the corner shooter. He's taking on Luka, Tatum, Jay, Curry, and he's making them work for every bucket. We haven't seen a perimeter defender this entertaining, this efficient, and this dominant since prime Kawaii Lenard. And even Kawhi had to grow into it. Dyson, he's 21. This is year 2, and he's already turning defense into highlights. So if Dyson Daniels walks away with the Defensive Player of the Year this season, it won't just be a personal victory. It'll be a massive shift in how we view defense in the modern NBA. A 6'7" perimeter pest, shutting down entire offenses. Not from the paint, but from the three-point line and beyond. The Great Barrier Thief might just rob the whole league of that trophy too. The future of two-way stars? And here's the scary part. He's only 21. He's still figuring out his shot, still adding weight, still understanding angles, and already he's a nightmare to deal with. If he develops even a league average jumper, you're looking at one of the scariest two-way players in the league. Think Drew Holiday meets Matisse Thybulle meets Kawaii Lenard's IQ. All with a hint of that cool, quiet Luka energy. He's not talking trash, he's just ruining your night and walking away. Our final take. So yeah, you can keep sleeping on Dyson Daniels. You can pretend steals don't matter. You can keep watching the highlight reels of 40-point scorers. But just know, your favorite player, he's not safe. Because the Great Barrier Thief is out there, watching, waiting. And when you slip up for even a second, swipe, another steal, another highlight, another victim. Make sure like and subscribe with Hoops Court Vision. Comment your favorite defensive player for this year, Draymond Green, Dyson Daniels, or Evan Mobley. Come back again, we do breakdowns weekly.